Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your magic moon message. This is the Peace Dealer. The moon is in Scorpio. The sun is in Capricorn. We are completing the Sagittarius cycle through Capricorn, the first stage of completion. And I think this is timed very miraculously well, whatever you want to call it. We are, of course, in making this 300-degree to 333-degree angle to the sun, coming into the rewards. Aquarius signature, 11th house signature are rewards from career, hopes and wishes, your social circle of friends, who you feel belongs around you, the communities you subscribe to. So the best way to look at this is you're being rewarded. But we need to put, of course, into context the nature of this coming into rewards as we have completed the yearly cycle we begin during the spring equinox. Definitely puts us in a position to not only come into a much deeper psychoanalytical Scorpio moon understanding of everything we've accomplished and achieved, but most importantly, the deeper wisdom around as you move forward to organize and structure this vision we are completing from Sagittarius. Who deserves to even be around you? You see, Taurus is your worth and value. We have Uranus innovating this very unconventionally, in light of whatever you can make sense of with that, whatever applies to that, whether crypto or just a radical sense of value within yourself. And as we are harvesting 2 weeks ago, that moon in Taurus position through the moon in Scorpio, you are now taking that individual natural understanding of the innovation of your worth. And you are, of course, coming into a social, psychoanalytical understanding of who deserves that facet of your worth, your wealth. Hopefully you're not out there sharing it with those who don't even see the value within you. And I mean to the point where you're busting your back and losing sleep over this. Regardless, as I will show, we are concluding this Sag cycle before we activate the Capricorn cycle in about another 3.5 to 4 days. So as you can see here, Mercury is not only direct, but it is coming back around Jupiter retrograde. And it is also squaring Saturn direct. This T-square right here is a important mutable game changer that as our brain processing catches up to speed to our conscious awareness and where we're directing this, we have reevaluated the meaning, the higher meaning and perspective of insight our brains synthesize through Sagittarius. Of course, through the retrograde, we had to account for a lack of facts or at least Virgo presence in dealing with the collective belief structure in Pisces and individual thoughts or the rumor mill, right? That's expanding. Of course, Jupiter in Gemini is meant to expand your vocabulary, and Saturn in Pisces is testing integrity in your beliefs. So as you consume media, as you listen or see things, of course, necessary context, which we don't see evidenced by Virgo. That doesn't mean there won't be, but obviously you've seen over the past 2 weeks what it looks like when there's no Virgo prominent in the sky. This is just kind of now through this shadow period, catching us up to speed. Now that we've reevaluated the higher meaning of what our brain is processing, what these experiences mean, and in triggering this lever, getting ready through the next few days to completely with Saturn, change the way the mutable signs we are perceiving the development and growth we have ascended to up into this point, the general sense of like a whole yearly recap since April, and of course, the vision with which you will process while aware in Capricorn the direction you're taking everything. But this is about the moon in Scorpio. So, as the moon, as you can see, as of now, it's 303 degrees from the Capricorn sun. In concluding this, we are, of course, completing the rewards with which we've established with the moon in Libra. The last part of social context before we gain universal understanding through the balsamic phase in Sagittarius. This is strengthening the wisdom that, of course, in understanding through the psychoanalysis, the psychological understanding, how much this strengthened understanding pushes forward your awareness, pushes forward the structure, and of course, perceived control through Capricorn. And that's what brings us to the next day, where, of course, through today into tomorrow, the moon will trine Saturn. And that takes, relative to the previous conjunction once every 28 days since March 2023 on Saturn, where you are, of course, planting more seeds to reconfigure, readjust how every 28 days your belief systems are shifting or they are being reinforced now through Virgo, that once every 28 days gives us an analytical understanding of the facts that reinforce our beliefs or make us need to change some beliefs. Now we are strengthening this deeper psychoanalytical understanding in how it connects to the integrity of these collective beliefs. Of course, promoting, like I just said, greater strength. And for this to occur while we are harvesting the rewards of ascending your vision in a very successful synchronization process, I think you should be pleased by understanding the deeper, pure quality of what this is and where to take it. So that's really a great way to feel and to monitor the quality of what you're harvesting. If you are around situations, people, and phenomena, and you're not feeling valued and you're not feeling good, perhaps you do need to shift your vision. If you find yourself around the right people, coming into the right wisdom, congratulations, you've harvested this correctly. But we can go even deeper because the moon in Scorpio, albeit lightly, at least when coming into the transit, enacted a T square fixed with Pluto and Mars. And that psychoanalytical understanding applies the integration of the assertion of will with Mars and Leo and this extremely weird supernatural awakening with Pluto and Aquarius to, of course, give you societal context to the increasing nature of this pressure. And really, what that's doing as we are kicking in starting January 21st, this 20-year cycle, is really applying the strengthening of wisdom, applying the strengthening of your psychological mindset and psyche relative to how you are challenging releasing old beliefs in light of us, of course, progressing into a new era. I don't even like to say new, we could just say the next. Okay. The timing of releasing certain outdated mannerisms, beliefs, collectively wildly held assumptions in light of your own personal experience, especially with Jupiter and Gemini, almost performing this sense of zeitgeist. And as we can see coming into tomorrow, we have the exact opposition with Mercury and Jupiter reenacting this harvest that moving forward is going to harvest the true meaning of adjusting your perception. So, relative to the integrity of beliefs, you're not just believing things because they appeal to your emotions and with great pathos, anything can sound right, even though there's no freaking facts. But yeah, helping you use your beliefs to see beyond without being exceptionally delusional. Okay. Venus is also making its square to Uranus. And you want to see that since we had the quadruple conjunction, which I will still maintain is one of the most significant conjunctions we've had this year. Let me show you. When we had that Sun Jupiter and Venus conjuncted the Sun in Gemini, we actually had Venus conjunct Uranus around this period. Remember, this was like May 18th. This represented the unconventional innovation of value. I mean, think since then, Bitcoin has reached 100,000, which is crazy. XRP is, pulling up, and a lot of that updated relative to this brand new cycle with Venus that happens once a year, Jupiter with Uranus that happens once every 12 years, with the Sun that happens once a year. This was very important cycle. So to see that through the integration in Leo, through the harvest in Scorpio, we have now completed this in Aquarius, or are completing this in Aquarius, especially by the time the moon is in Scorpio, or Sagittarius rather. This represents now polishing the higher knowledge of individual value, gaining a collective sense of, okay, you're very confident about what you have, but now you're gaining love from universally everyone and everything, or even criticism, as this is the Five of Swords in Tarot. But regardless, it is a 270-degree completion of this evaluation and maturation of your own self-esteem and sense of worth. So we are completing and harvesting rewards. We are coming into the completion of this innovation. This is really dope. It really gives us the sense that we are earning what we worked hard for. And that is, I think, a good mindset to have during this transit before the moon goes into Sagittarius. And then we transcend and make obsolete old visions because we're moving forward in a new direction. Before we activate that new direction, Capricorn, new moon. Okay. You guys stay blessed as always. This has been quite a phenomenal year, albeit I still do have a couple moon messages, if not one more. Yeah, I still have two more, the moon and Sag and new moon before the year ends, so I'll catch you then. And yeah, until next time, peace.